Welcome back to Jerba Campervans. My name is Owen and I'm going to do you today a little bit of comparison. We're out here in Tantallon campsite, just very close to our workshop just down the road, and I've come out today to show you something really exciting. So what I've got here is the all-new Ford Transit Custom, which is, there are very few of them in the UK right now, so we have got one of the first ones today. And what I thought I'd do, quite a useful comparison, hopefully, you tell me in the comments, the comparison between the VW T6.1, we salute, you've been an absolute workhorse for the last 10 years, and actually that body shell has been around for 21 years because it was originally the T5. What I want to do is basically show you what are the upgrades, what's different, what have they got come new with, loads of exciting new things, lots of technology, lots of things that are going to help the driving experience better. It's bigger, and I'll tell you how it is bigger on the inside, which is going to make, obviously, you know, building more cabinet space in the back is always going to be a good one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a walk around just now of these two. I'll give you a bit of an idea of what we think is going to happen in the T7. Let's jump into this right now, and I'll start from the top, and we'll work out what we've got here then. Now we're going to start doing some conversions in the new Ford. Once the T7 comes out, we will absolutely be putting orders in for those as well, which won't be available until sort of the beginning to the middle of 2025. So we've got a way to wait, and hopefully you guys like it as much as we do. So one of the first things you will notice is that the front of the Ford is shorter. Now, traditionally, Fords do look a little bit shorter in the front end, but what they've done is they've actually moved the front wheels forward so that it's a lot easier for people to get in the doors at the front. It is a really accessible vehicle, and we found that the sliding door is great, the access at the back. This one, we don't have any sort of camper version yet, so we don't have the tailgate yet, but at the moment I've got one here with the barn doors so you can get a bit of an idea, but of course there will be the tailgate option. So we've got a bit of Scottish sun here, so I am unfortunately going to be squinting at you. But to give you an idea, the two fronts of the mighty T6.1 and the all-new Ford Transit Custom, this front is going to be the one going forward for Ford, but when they release the eventual T7, obviously it's going to be the same vehicle underneath, but in terms of the front, there will be quite a lot of differences. VW, when they release theirs, their styling will mean it'll be a different bonnet, bumper, and these side panels as well, and are almost certainly going to have different front headlights, although the back ones are going to be the same, and we think they look really, really good. So what you're basically looking at now is what is pretty much going to be the T7. It has got quite a lot of extra curvature in the sides, which actually I really like. The differences between this Ford and the T7 are going to be minimal. Again, a lot of it is quite difficult to tell because of the digital camouflage that they've released their footage with. But what we are pretty damn sure about is that this door is going to be the same, this door is going to be the same, these are definitely going to be the same. So now we're at the back of the all-new Ford Transit Custom, and what I really like and what we collectively really like back here is these beautiful back rear lights. Also, you've got your reversing camera, really does show, you know, very, very easy to reverse up the front. You've got your 4 parking sensors in the back, and let me show you inside now, and I've got my tape measure with me, so I'm going to show you basically how the sizes differ between here and the T6.1 and give you an idea of how that is actually, you're gaining space. So I'm just enjoying the view of the Bass Rock in the background there. But yeah, basically, so I've been using my tape measure to find out the dimensions that we've got in the back of this van. And what we've got now is about 5.8 meters squared in terms of load capacity. And ultimately, for what we're doing with camper vans, the bigger, the better, really. What we've actually got in real numbers is from the end to end, you've got an extra 6 centimeters. From the floor of the van to the roof, you've got another 3 centimetres. From the widest point to the widest point of the back of the van is another 6 centimetres. But the biggest difference by far, and this we think is really exciting, is the distance between the wheel arches is another 13 centimetres, which really does give you quite a lot more space overall in the van. So again, 5.8 metres squared, plenty of space for us to do our conversions in, and lots more space for storage. So this is me in the front, and this is, you know, in terms of a conversion point of view, the back is going to do a lot of changing. The front is stuck with you for the time you've got it. And what they've done here, I mean, I may be biased, but I personally think it is absolutely superb up front. It feels very much to drive and to sit in like you're in an expensive 4x4, but I'm in a van. And ultimately, I think what you've got here is real comfort, and they've really thought it out, and they've really given you lots of stuff that is going to mean that actually driving places is going to be an actual joy and an enjoyment. So to begin with, the first, and well, let's call it the elephant in the room because it is huge, is the 13-inch touchscreen in the middle. So this gives you both a huge screen there and gives you a huge screen here. So your digital display gives you loads of options so you can set up the way you want it. Steering wheel is a bit of an unusual shape, but it does actually feels great. It's got lots of buttons on it, which really gives you that kind of, so that you don't have to reach out over it. You've got it all on your thumbs. It handles really well. The steering is really, really good. Gear changing, superb. There are 2 options with the Camper Donor option, the camper version of this van. And there is either an 8-speed automatic or there is a 5-speed manual. This is the 5-speed manual. Actually, it's a 6-speed manual, excuse me. Another really important thing from my point of view is the ability to have cups, lots of cups, and ability to keep them safe whilst you're driving. So obviously you've got one there, quite nifty. You've got another which are basically very similar to what we've got over there in the T7. You've got another one over there. You've got a big long one that goes down in here that I think you could probably get quite a large bottle into. Each door pocket cab has lots of storage. I'll show you a close-up of that, but you really do have a huge amount of general storage space. Obviously glove box down there. This is really useful. So this is designed to have a laptop in or paperwork. In here you've got your more cup holders or spaces to keep things. So you've got that in the seat. This is really clever. Lift these up. Now obviously if you're going to have a camper van, you'd have captain seats up the front, but I just thought it was a great wee nifty idea. Finally, down the back here again, probably you'll put stuff down there and just leave it there forever, but yeah, the general feel of it is superb. Everything just feels lovely, and really does give you that high-end 4x4 feel up the front here, which we obviously use it for a camper van. Lots of people just use it as work vans, so I think they really have come with something good here. One of the things I've noticed was actually the speakers up the front, pretty good as well. We often install speaker systems for our customers in the back, but that is always to have that connected up at the front. So that is pretty much a wrap from me again, and I really appreciate you tuning in. We're really excited about this new transition, and don't get me wrong, we have absolutely loved the T6.1, and I must make it very, very clear that we're not moving away from VW whatsoever. We love VW. So at the moment, we are really excited to be offering that as part of our package. When the T7 becomes available, we will absolutely be converting those as well. When the T7 comes out, which, let me remind you, is the same vehicle with a little bit of different styling on the outside, we will also be offering that. But right now the options are Ford or the Stellantis platform, where I think there's about 15 companies around the world that all produce using the same platform. That's Fiat, Ducato, Citroen, but frankly we see the quality here in the joint operation between VW and Ford, and we only see it as a good thing to get parts, to get them built faster, and to have the technology and the engineering skill and ability of the two companies coming together we only see it as a good thing. If you've got questions, we'll do our best to try and answer below. Looking forward to seeing the first few ones converted on the road. So once again, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and excuse me squinting into the sun, but I have managed to pick one of the nicest days of the year so far. If you've enjoyed this content, I really do appreciate if you'd subscribe and if you'd give us a wee thumbs up and knock the bell in the corner so that you get a notification when we go and put another video up. Also, a big thank you to Jerba Campervan Park, who have allowed us to use their site today while they've been closed, but they will be back open very shortly, I'm sure. So once again, thank you very much to everybody watching, and see you on the next one.